back to a brand new vlog for Creepy Places New England. I'm sitting here drinking my hot cocoa. Winter in the Northeast has been very screwy. It's been mostly very warm, almost to a point it's like spring out. But like 2 weeks ago, we've had massive snowstorms. We had like 4 different days of snow, and one day was like a blizzard. We had almost a foot. And today, it's like you can wear shorts outside, despite the fact that there's snow piles that are like 2 to 3 feet high. This winter has been really messed up. Last winter was incredibly warm too. Yeah, no such thing as climate change, of course. So, but regardless of that, this new vlog concerns an investigation me, Steve, and several friends of ours did at a place called Feels Like Ohms 6 years ago. This is a coffee shop located up the road from me in West Warwick. I won't give the exact location because they did close down several years ago too, and it's now a tattoo shop. The history of the location, it was kind of like an old building. It was built back in if I remember right, 30s and 40s. It's been a long time. It's been 6 years. I don't quite remember at all. And at one time, it was a music shop. So, but the owner there, her name was Jamie. She's a real hoot of a woman. She now lives in Maine, and I still keep in touch with her through Facebook. We are both on the same page with a lot of ideology and stuff like that. So she's cool. She's cool. I just wish she still lived in this area, but I don't blame her for escaping that place. The building isn't the best building in the world. It definitely needs a lot of repairs. A lot of buildings around here need repairs. I guess it's because a lot of these buildings are kind of historic, and it costs way too much to renovate these buildings and keep up to code. So some of the buildings are just, even the ones that might be historic, are being torn down. And so and the people who do renovate these buildings, they put a lot of money. There was one up not too far from Feels Like Ohms. They completely renovated, and it looks nice. But from what I understand, they spent millions to keep fire codes and all that stuff. Now, I'm digressing a little bit of the history, but other than that, that's really not much of the history. All I know was that there was a music shop. It had 2 floors, and the old music area was downstairs, so she never really used. But now this coffee shop was kind of like a mixture of like new age, hence Feels Like Ohms. That's kind of like the name, with different kinds of really variety of coffees. I actually did go there a few times after the investigation. This was actually sort of like at a public event, and there was like 20 of us all together doing this investigation. Despite the fact that there was 20 of us, it was very well organized. Nobody was like speaking when they shouldn't be. You can do it if people are organized and willing to work with each other. I mean, there was one person kind of like one of the big groups was like, "Oh no, you can't do that." And I'm like, "Okay, snot." I mean, it's a snot anyway, but you can if people work together. We work together, and because we work together, we got a ton of EVPs. I'm not going to explain all the EVPs, and I'm not even presenting all the EVPs. There was like at least 90 to 100. I'm probably going to present a few dozen for you, but I'm not going to explain each and every single one. For one thing, it's been so long. Now, I know in some of the questions we're getting a little bit X-rated. I mean, some of these people were, 18, 19, 20-year-olds. It was still organized. When it was their turn to ask a question, they were often asking X-rated questions. We also had a ghost box session. I will present some of the best ones towards the end of this presentation of the EVPs, after the EVPs. Now, another thing that did happen, there was no video cameras. I had a camera that I was using at the time to make these creepy place videos, but it didn't have infrared. So it was like pitch black in this place. So we couldn't use it. But at one point, we heard this strange noise. It sounded like, almost like somebody putting their hands in the blinders. Like a blind, going, shh. Now, here's the file. We have the sound for it, but we don't have the video. So here's this. Here's the sound.
There are quite a few people.
Who is that? I don't know what that was.
Okay, now after that, about a couple seconds later, the curtain was yanked down. Again, no video, but here's the sound of it, and you can hear it being yanked down.
Like
big
it looked
chill
like
right
on the
now.
side vibe. Like it was weird.
That's your curtain falling down.
Are you playing with us?
Okay, and that happened about 20 minutes into the investigation. That was probably the most activity we've had. Jamie told us that the curtain has never been yanked down by itself unless it was a kid yanking it down, because it was, she had children, and children do what children do best, which is aggravate their parents. It's like in a contract when you're born, you're supposed to aggravate your parents. I did. And later on that night, we had no clue what that sound was, and it turns out it appeared that there was like an old accordion, and that if you put your, went like this and went this on the keys, it made a very similar sound. So we determined that something was doing that to the accordion, despite the fact that we were all in this one area and the accordion was on the other side of the room where nobody was near it. Now, I'm going to present the EVPs. And like I said, there's going to be a bunch of them. I'll put subtitles on what I think is being said, but I'm not going to really go into explanations of each and every EVP. That would kind of take too long. And like I said, it's been 6 years. And then after that, a couple of the ghost box responses. But like I said, just know, this is not all of them. I'm only presenting a handful. There were some really good ones when we got there. So enjoy, and let me know what you all think of these, what they're saying.
Showgirls. Showgirls. Showgirls.
Do you have your arms? Do you have your arms? Do you have your arms?
You want us to stay?
Why?
Not
Oh yeah, why do you want to?
You want us to stay?
Why?
Not
Oh yeah, why do you want to?
You want us to stay?
Why?
Not
Oh yeah, why do you want to?
Do you like this place? Do you like this place? Do you like this place?
He's still gonna love it from down in Akron. He's still gonna love it from down in Akron. He's still gonna love it from down in Akron.
Do you like boobies?
I do.
Do you like boobies?
I do.
Do you like boobies?
I do.
Well, who's the President of the United States of America? Well, who's the President of the United States of America? Well, who's the President of the United States of America?
Well, thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed this newest vlog. I'll come back again, hopefully with another one, maybe a game review, maybe a movie review, maybe more my talking about some of my personal paranormal experiences. Also, later this month in February, look for a brand new Creepy Places in New England video. This one is going to be on the North Truro Air Force Station. Now, I already did one before several years ago, back in 2011. However, back in 2016, I went back and I actually got inside of some of these buildings. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to combine the two. I'm going to combine some of the old ones from 2011 to the ones with 2016 and make one new one. Plus, I'm going to try to make sure that the picture quality is a little bit better this time. Plus, I'm redoing the history and everything like that. So even though you might have seen the original video, this one will be all new and different. So in the meantime, have a great February.